Hey, what's up, guys? So this is the Eternal Phoenix again. So I'm done recording this. This is the last video that I'm gonna fucking do. I've done videos. The videos that I've done prior, I've done it for a reason. I know they look crazy. I know they look outrageous. It was done for a fucking reason. The reason why I look so bad, to the person that made the comment about me having meth mouth, I've actually been dealing with the fact that the house that I was staying in had an EMF sound radio that was used in the Cold War in a bunker underneath me, and I've been trying to get a hold to somebody at the Department of, anybody that can help me with that. I SOS'd to Todd Warrant, Secretary of State Todd Warrant. But the thing is like I'm looked so bad, and because I'm emitting such a high frequency of the EMF frequency, 1,000 hertz at that is harmful to humans because the brain only operates at 100 hertz. So this is what I'm saying. So I got the actual fucking full truth this go around. There's a hidden camera in my fucking my mom's thermostat that Sarah Poole put in here. Okay, Sarah Poole put in, and Sean McCoy as well. Okay. So, what I'm about to say is to the best of my knowledge. I'm a sound mind, sound thought, sound intent. And I'm going to say this for the last time, and I don't care how crazy it looks, because yes, I'm really telepathic, and I look like shit because, well, when you're stuck in a room for 9 months with an EMF radio underneath a fucking house in a metal bunker, and the walls that you're in are actually made of metal, you're going to look like fucking shit. So, my actual real name is Destiny Hall. My date of birth is October of 91. I'm not going to give the exact date. So this all started with, I guess, Little Pete, but actually it started at my death because I died in August of this past year, and I overdosed on fentanyl. Okay? When I overdosed, I felt that somebody was trying to have me killed, and everybody kept trying to tell me that I was paranoid, that nobody's trying to kill me, and then the funny thing about it is I had a dream about my kids, a couple of last year that they died in these freak accidents, these horrible accidents. Okay. And the funny thing is my kids have actually been dead for a year, and they're trying to cover it up. Okay. I'm just going to start with that. I'm going to start with my CPS case, and then I'll go from there. Because there's different ones, they're all different, but it all intertwines, but they're different. So Cade Mayo was Trish and Daryl's freaking attorney. Okay, they made up a lie with CPS to have them removed from my mom, because I actually went to the hospital in 2017 to get help, and they said that I was attempting to try to kill my kids, when in all factuality the doctor never said that. They just paid the doctor to say that so the kids could be removed. Okay, the doctor knew the Judge Addison, and well, they made up some falsifications, which Bobby Lockhart was getting the documentation, but he was getting what they wrote, so he didn't know the full spectrum of the story. He was just getting what was being told. So it's not Bobby Lockhart's fault. He's innocent. He was the judge on my case, and I was the last case that he took. And I think he recently found out about what happened to the kids, and my spirit guide said yes. So he feels bad about that. So, but Honorable Judge Lockhart, don't blame yourself for this. This is not your fault. This is not your fault. Okay? I don't blame you at all. I blame the system, because they're corrupt and they're evil. Addison and Bill Miller backed him into a corner, and he stepped down because of that. He was a good judge, and so did Scott Roberts. He was Drew's probation officer. They backed him into a corner, and if he didn't fucking take the bribe that they were doing, they were going to either have him killed or whatever, so they had to move away. They had to move, because they couldn't be here, because they were trying to kill him, or they were going to have him thrown in jail. They were going to make up some bullshit, like they do with everybody else in this town. They either railroad you or whatever. Okay? So they removed him from my mom's care, and Bobby Lockhart knew that I did what I was supposed to do to the T, in a quicker form with a respectable, I was respectful, and they were still pushing and pushing and pushing, and then whenever they did remove him from my mom's care, they pretty much told me, well, if I fucking, you know, try, like, if I even so much as even, like, tried to testify it or, you know, contest it, that they were going to just try to fucking file for me to have my rights removed. So I was like, okay, let's not do that. I want to do it the right way. And Virginia Prezik was the attorney that represented me at that time. Okay? My doctor, because what it was is they were wanting me to get put on medication, and my doctor, who's a nurse practitioner, even though she didn't have an actual medical degree, had already stated that she called Bobby Lockhart herself and told him that I didn't need it, that I just needed to continue the counseling because of all the trauma that Chad had put me through. So he was like, okay, let it lie. But I still went to the doctor 3 different times, a psychiatrist and a psychologist, and on my own to get help. To prove that I was trying to do what they wanted me to do. And I'm not addicted to drugs. I'm ADHD. I'm not addicted to drugs. And currently they're using my sobriety against me because I'm telepathic. Like, I'm really legit telepathic and psychic. And they devised this plan to sell they sold the kids last year because they said that they didn't want to take care of them anymore. And they found out who Hadley's real father was, which I thought it was Jacob Spencer, but it was really Emery Smith. And Emery has gifts too, and they killed her, and he saw that. And he didn't even get to know her, and that was his only kid. They lied to everyone. Like, they lied to me. Like, they made it look like my mom was going to be the one to do that. But in all factuality, that's what they were getting ready to do. They lied. My dad helped, too. My fucking dad, Rick Hagans, and Dustin Workman, and his father helped this shit, too. With Jerry Hagans, Jr. and Sr. It's Rick Hagans, Sr. and Jr. Or actually, Ricky Jr. and Rick the Third. Heather Thompson is in jail because they were trying to do the same thing with Mateo, who's Marcus Hudson. I think it's Heather Thompson is her name. They set her up to have her locked up, and what they were going to do is they were going to fucking have her locked up and take Mateo and kidnap Mateo. But luckily Matea's with her fucking grandmother and Marcus. Marcus didn't even know this until today, because I'm telepathic. Gina West and Shane Goodwin and Nick, I don't know his last name, he's from Oklahoma, killed Aaron Drudgehill. They stabbed him 7 times, and the motive was because he had gifts like me. And we were a part of this unofficial order that belonged to actual E.A. Coetting. It was the OAA that's been long gone, but he was doing it for us. It was Blood Order of Infernal Ascension is what the fake cover order was. But he was trying to find legit people that actually were legit, okay? I actually am trying to officially start my own order called the Ordo Infernali Ascensionem, is what it's called. It means Order of Infernal Ascension, okay? So, Sarah Poole, Dustin Crowe, and Wallace Cartwright killed Billy Evans, and there was another male that was killed that they put in the fire. They put in the car and they caught him on fire. Tommy, is it Owens? I think it's his name. It's RJ's uncle. RJ, is it Owens? No, it's not. It's not Owens. It's fucking, what is it? Anyways, it doesn't matter. Because there's another Tommy, too. Tommy, it's not Tommy Pinkerton. It's Tommy, it's not Huddleston. Is it? It is Tom Huddleston, isn't it? Tommy Huddleston killed Crystal Latham, and Jeremy and Sarah covered it up. They pushed her in the fucking covert and made RJ help. That was recently. Okay? Lindsay Martin is also guilty of this. She's in on this shit too. She's RJ's sister, I believe. Yes. Because see, here's the thing. Jeremy was the one that took the call. And that woman was Chris Latham's wife, and Chris doesn't even know it. Chris didn't even know what happened. They still haven't figured out what the fuck happened to her. Okay? Also, they're doing this to get life insurance policies, by the way, so it goes into that. So they tried to kill me to get a life insurance policy. They thought I was dead. They took a life insurance policy out on me, had me murdered, because they sold me a fucking fentanyl pill that was a lethal dosage, and I took it anyways. Yes, that was on mine, but the fact that they set up for it and planned this, it's premeditated murder too, by the way. It's premeditated murder and murder because I actually was dead for 3 days. How is that? How am I here? I don't even know. I guess by the grace of whoever the hell I believe in, which is Lucifer. So, back to what I was saying. This actually goes back to Bo Gibson. Okay? Catherine Cunningham and Ramona Crowe and a few other people, which I have the pill that Austin Davis, who is now dead, they killed him because he was an eyewitness to the fucking sex trafficking. They made it up. And Terry Myers helped. They wiped Drew's mom and Drew's memories from them. They wiped all our memories from us. Catherine Cunningham, Addison is her father, and Shauna Evans too. And here's the thing: Sarah helped run her off the road. Wow. Sarah helped run Shauna off the fucking road from Bennigan's the night that she died. Wow. Stan Goodwin is Stephen Raffaelli, so it's 2 different names. They faked their deaths. Jeremy Poole is actually Randy Poole, who faked his death and got insurance fraud. So it's a big-ass fucking insurance fraud-ass town, is what's going on. My grandfather, Vernon Hall, was given fucking codeine with Tylenol, and it killed him because he was drinking alcohol. So it gave him a drug-induced alcohol aneurysm is what it gave him. And my uncle knew that back then, but they couldn't prove it. They couldn't prove it because he found out about this family business that Danae Cartwright, Kendra Cartwright, and fucking Wallace Cartwright are a part of, along with Pat Crow and her husband. They attempted to kill Pete, who is Richard Cartwright. They attempted to kill Pete, by the way. And for insurance money, because I'm Bo Peep. They wiped my memories from me. Me and Peep went to school together when in middle school. He died in an ambulance, but they revived him. He didn't actually die. They think he's dead, but he didn't actually die. He's been in witness protection for 5 years because they didn't have enough evidence to prove that they tried to kill him. They do now. As of today, they have enough evidence to prove that they killed him. Allison Brantley and Allison Brown are also a part of that shit. Marcus is innocent. The only thing he's guilty of is doing too many fucking pills. Megan Burrows is a crooked informant, and she's shitty at it. Sarah did a fucking trust or love spell on mine and Drew's relationship so we would break up. He's not guilty of anything. He's not guilty of anything because he was not consciously aware of anything that was going on. They wiped his memories from him, and Shane actually did fucking imprint, like he actually snatched him up. He sold him a bad pill and made him forget pretty much because, well, for one, Drew was fucked up, so Drew didn't really fucking know. And then Amanda Bryant, or Albright, or Cartwright, those are the 3 possible last names of this bitch. She is also in on it too. Because Dustin Crowe had a daughter, and they fucking sold her to somebody in Hooks, which is Summer Hooks. I'll be goddamn. Wow. Yeah, I know I look like shit. I don't even give a fuck. I really don't. So, Carolyn Poole's guilty of it. She's doing and Jeremy Poole's got binders full of IDs, social security numbers. He's got jars full of fucking fingers and shit, like Jeffrey Dahmer's type shit is what Cole Wayne told me, because Cole Wayne called me over to his house one day. I never met this man, mind you, out on 59 across from Hadaway's Towing. said he wanted to meet with me, said he had some information about my father. And I was like, okay, well, I'll go out there. I was maybe there for like 10 fucking minutes. And this motherfucker looks at me and he's like, well, you better make amends with your brother. And I was like, I didn't even tell him that I had a brother, by the way. And I was like, well, who's my brother? And he was like, Jeremy. And I was like, that's not either one of my brother's names. Dustin Crowe and Wallace Cartwright raped my cousin Kayla May when she was 14. And the only way I know that is because I am telepathic. I am psychic. I was in Sims, Texas at that age. I haven't seen Kayla in a very long time, since we were little. I think the last time I saw Kayla was at my great-grandmother's funeral, which they stole my fucking inheritance. Danae did. And Kayla's too. And Alex Crowe is not innocent either. He stole Jacob's truck. Or they made it look like... No, they actually did steal it, didn't they? Where'd they put it? Alex took it to New Boston, and they lied about it and said it where it was. It's not in Galveston. It's not in fucking Texas City. They fucking made up a false story to my mom and told her that it's somewhere in Texas City, and it's not. It's sitting in New Boston, Texas right now at Summer Hooks' house. Brandon Martin killed Jonathan Yancey. Also, Destiny Nunn... I've already previously stated Destiny Nunn was not in a car wreck. They said that she was in a car wreck. They actually murdered her, along with Chandra Johnson, who her father is Reverend Johnson at one of the churches here in town. And I know they killed Jonathan Yancey because Brandon Martin had a picture of fucking Jonathan's truck on his profile. No, Cole Wayne had a picture of Jonathan's truck on his profile after he had died. It's there in plain sight. And Abigail McCoy was murdered by Wallace Cartwright. They sold... Sarah and her mom sold Abigail to Wallace, and he killed her. He raped her and he killed her 3 years ago. And Sean doesn't even know it. Sean thinks she's still alive too. And they're still in the state's still making us pay child support because they think they're alive. And Judge Hadaway and Judge Hudson were a part of it too, but they're long gone by now. They've been dead. So, and then Sarah paid Nathan Rowland to have somebody run into her so it would kill her, so she wouldn't have to worry about fucking facing the fucking music. But guess what? It didn't fucking work. And those people weren't even aware of what was going on. They were just doing what they were told. You know what I'm saying? It was like they were told that it was for something else. You know what I mean? I don't think they were consciously aware of what was really going on. They just thought it was probably something, a scare tactic. But it really wasn't. And I'm not going to throw them under the bus, and I'm not going to throw the person that I got the pill from under the bus, because I know how to keep my fucking mouth shut. Because what it was is Shane had his brother, Stephen Raffaelli, because he's a Mason, snatch this person and gave her a pill, and then it was like it's weird, but it made them forget. And then they had her son, which I'm going to use his fucking code name, which is Deadpool. They had his son locked up. Her grandson locked up. Because, for one, he wasn't about that shit, because he was actually staying in the house behind Ramona's house. And I saw him, he didn't even take anything with him. He just loaded up his shit, and, like, with his gun and everything, and just took what he could and left. He didn't fucking turn back. And then they had him locked up and framed him for a robbery that he didn't commit. And then Sergio Perez was, he's been arrested for sex trafficking of minors, and his brother also, and he's in jail right now because they framed him and said that he was in jail, like he was, he raped a fucking kid. And Sergio's not like that. Sergio has kids. Sergio has kids, and they're trying to say that he fucking molested a kid. Or sex trafficked him, either one. It doesn't matter. He's innocent. And that's fucked up, Sarah, because Sergio would never have done that shit to you. And the fact that you tried to fucking make Chris Pierce look like he was the one that fucking stole money when it was you, Rob, and fucking everybody else. Like, and David, thank you for that intel. the list just keeps going on because there's an open investigation with the FBI right now for O'Reilly's and for the insurance claim they made on me. So, I don't care if I look like shit. I'm fucking being hit with EMFs right as we speak. It's in the attic. I heard them moving around yesterday. I heard Sean up there moving around. So, I don't care. I hope this gets to the right person because goddamn, I don't have anywhere safe to go anymore because everybody that I go around, they have it either tapped, they've got an EMF sound machine somewhere, and, well, they're going to end up frying me and my fucking mom and my niece and my nephew. My mom's always tired because of it, and not to mention they sent a CPS caseworker, which she tried to play it off as a parole officer, but there's nobody here with parole. Like, I'm not stupid. Try again. And anybody else that comes to this door that I know that is not trustworthy, I will shoot you. Shoot on sight. So, Secretary of State Todd, I hope you heard that, because I'm shooting on sight as well. Because I'd be goddamn if they take any more of my fucking family members. They've been trying to take family members from me since I could fucking remember, and they've succeeded thus far because of their little sex trafficking bullshit, and it's happening in the 4-state region. Because Danae lives in Colorado, and she makes this much money. Yeah, she makes money off of chopping up kids and burning them. And recording them and selling it on the fucking black internet. Dark internet, whatever, dark web, doesn't matter, same difference. It's sick and disgusting and it's vile. So, Bo Peep out.